Tulsi Gabbard this week talked about the fact that aliens could be real and she might want to declassify a few things. Now, all I can tell you is what I know, Duffy. We know the drones are not from New Jersey because they've been using their blinkers. Now what?
Well, first off, Jimmy, saw the drones. The drones are real, right? I don't think we had the accoutrements in position to actually see what that was. But
okay.
But I'm tell you what, I just want to be really clear. I haven't had the alien briefing yet, but I've asked for it.
Okay.
So I can't comment on it, and I can't wait to come back and talk about the highly classified information on your show. I'm going to get in this briefing. And by the way, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. But actually, you know what I do? I mean, I think we're in a space right now in America that we want transparency. I mean, people do, and there's decisions that have to be made, but as much as if feasibly possible, we want to share as much information with the American people.
Tulsi Gabbard this week talked about the fact that aliens could be real and she might want to declassify a few things. Now, all I can tell you is what I know, Duffy. We know the drones are not from New Jersey because they've been using their blinkers. Now what? Well,
first off, Jimmy, saw the drones. The drones are real, right? I don't think we had the accoutrements in position to actually see what that was. But but I'm tell you what, I just want to be really clear. I haven't had the alien briefing yet, but I've asked for it.
Okay.
So I can't comment on it, and I can't wait to come back and talk about the highly classified information on your show. So I'm going to get in this briefing. And by the way, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. But actually, you know what I do? I mean, I think we're in a space right now in America that we want transparency. I mean, people do, and there's decisions that have to be made, but as much as if feasibly possible, we want to share as much information with the American people.
When Sean Duffy became the new administrator of NASA, few could have predicted the weight of his first major public statements. In an era where discussions about unidentified aerial phenomena are slowly shifting from the fringes into mainstream discourse, Duffy's announcement that he had officially requested what he referred to as the alien briefing marked a dramatic and historic turning point. For decades, NASA had maintained the position that UFOs were not real in any verified sense, and that no evidence of extraterrestrial life had ever been discovered. To have the head of the agency now openly seeking a classified briefing on the matter was not only unprecedented, but also deeply symbolic of how far the conversation had evolved. In his own words, Duffy clarified that he had not yet received the briefing, but he had formally asked for it. This was not a casual curiosity, it was a deliberate and strategic move. This was not a casual curiosity, it was a deliberate and strategic move. He emphasized that once the information was in his possession, decisions would have to be made regarding what could and should be shared with the public. That statement alone stirred intense debate because it implied that there may indeed be information, potentially world-changing in nature, that had been gathered, analyzed, and kept out of public view. This shift in tone from NASA coincided with another significant development. The United States government had, in recent years, begun encouraging individuals with direct knowledge of UFO-related programs to come forward. For decades, whistleblowers in this field were met with skepticism or outright dismissal. Now, they were being invited to testify and share what they knew with government officials. This was not an insignificant change. It represented a major pivot in policy, potentially opening the door to disclosures that, in earlier years, would have been unthinkable. The reason this was such a pivotal moment is that high-ranking former officials have already gone on record with claims that secret UFO programs exist and are operating under the umbrella of the United States government. These insiders allege that billions of dollars have been funneled into efforts to study, dismantle, and reverse engineer advanced aircraft of unknown origin. According to these accounts, these craft display technologies so far beyond our current capabilities that they could revolutionize energy, transportation, and even our understanding of physics itself. This naturally leads to the next set of questions, ones that Duffy himself has hinted at, about who controls such technology and who gets to decide how it is used. If humanity truly possesses access to technology from beyond our world, should it be confined to classified military programs, or should it be shared with the scientific community and the global public? For many, the answer is clear. This knowledge belongs to everyone, not just a select few. Supporters of disclosure argue that the potential benefits for humanity are too great to be locked away. The possibilities range from limitless clean energy to propulsion systems that could take us to other planets in weeks instead of months or years. But even as these possibilities inspire hope, they also spark fierce debate about the risks. Some argue that revealing certain details could jeopardize national security if adversarial nations gained access to the same information. Others counter that secrecy is a greater danger, as it leaves decision-making in the hands of a small group with no public oversight. This is the tension at the heart of the discussion, the balance between transparency and security. Duffy's position is unique because NASA, unlike military or intelligence agencies, is seen as a scientific institution with a mandate to explore and share knowledge. If NASA's leader is seeking classified UFO information, it suggests that such knowledge is relevant to NASA's mission, which in turn raises the possibility that evidence or data related to extraterrestrial life might already exist within government archives. This idea, once dismissed as fantasy, is now being discussed openly by journalists, scientists, and policymakers. The potential confirmation of such information would mark one of the most significant moments in human history. It would mean that we are not alone in the universe, a reality that would force a rethinking of everything from our scientific theories to our philosophical and religious beliefs. And it would mean that for years, information of immense importance had been withheld, raising questions about why and by whom. For those who have long followed the UFO subject, this moment feels like the crest of a wave that has been building for decades. In the past few years, multiple government reports have acknowledged encounters with craft that defy conventional explanation, captured on military sensors and observed by trained pilots. While these reports stop short of confirming extraterrestrial origins, they acknowledge that the objects demonstrate capabilities beyond known human technology. Now, with the head of NASA asking to be briefed, the discussion has moved beyond speculation. It is no longer about whether credible people have seen strange things in the sky. It is about whether our government is actively studying technology from elsewhere, and if so, how that reality will be handled. Many observers believe that Duffy's request could set a precedent. If the administrator of NASA is granted the briefing and chooses to share even part of it with the public, it could open the floodgates for further disclosures from other agencies. It could also put pressure on allied governments to reveal what they know, as secrecy on such a scale is rarely contained to a single nation. Others are more cautious, noting that requests for briefings do not guarantee transparency. Information deemed too sensitive could still be withheld or shared only in carefully controlled portions. The challenge, then, is whether Duffy will push for full openness or whether he will be persuaded that certain details must remain behind closed doors. Regardless of the eventual outcome, the fact remains that this is a remarkable shift in the official stance of an organization that, for decades, distanced itself from the UFO subject. The public will be watching closely, not just for the content of the briefing, but for the decisions that follow. This is about more than confirming whether UFOs are real. It is about trust, accountability, and the right of humanity to understand the true scope of our place in the universe. In the coming months and years, this conversation is likely to intensify. As more whistleblowers come forward under the protection of new laws, and as public demand for transparency grows louder, NASA and other agencies will find it increasingly difficult to avoid the subject. If Duffy succeeds in gaining access to the full breadth of information, he will face a choice that could define his legacy, not just as an administrator, but as a figure in the broader history of human discovery. The path ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear. The era of dismissing the UFO topic as fringe or unworthy of serious discussion is over. With NASA's leader actively seeking answers, the world is closer than ever to learning the truth about what lies beyond, and whether some of that truth has already been quietly sitting in our own backyards. Recently, NASA's live feed from the International Space Station was reportedly interrupted just as an unidentified object, believed by some to be the Black Knight satellite, appeared on screen. The object was distinctly visible, dark in color, and seemingly artificial in nature. Its shape and movement did not correspond to any known satellites or space debris, leading to immediate speculation and excitement among those who follow space phenomena closely. The Black Knight satellite is one of the most enduring and intriguing space mysteries. Believed by some to be an advanced satellite orbiting Earth, its origins and purpose remain unknown. On several occasions, enthusiasts and researchers into the unknown have claimed that NASA has intentionally shut down live feeds from the International Space Station when the Black Knight satellite has appeared. As the object approached closer to the International Space Station, viewers noted a sudden and unexplained interruption in the live feed. NASA's official explanation was a technical glitch, but for many, this was seen as a deliberate attempt to hide the presence of the Black Knight satellite. The incident added fuel to the long-standing belief that NASA and other space agencies are concealing information about extraterrestrial technology and life. The legend of the Black Knight satellite dates back to the early 20th century, with radio signals detected by Nikola Tesla in 1899 often cited as the first evidence of its existence. Throughout the decades, various photographs and radar sightings have been interpreted as evidence of this mysterious object orbiting Earth. Since the launch of the space age, NASA has been at the forefront of space exploration and monitoring. Allegations of the agency encountering the satellite, along with other mysterious objects, are not new. Reports from the 1960s and 1970s suggest that astronauts aboard Apollo missions and early space shuttle flights also observed unidentified objects, potentially including the Black Knight. From the perspective that the incident is real and genuine, NASA's decision to shut down the live feed can be seen as a strategic move to prevent public awareness of advanced technology. The existence of the Black Knight satellite, if confirmed, would challenge the current understanding of human history and our place in the universe. It could imply that advanced civilizations have been observing Earth for centuries, potentially influencing or monitoring human development. Many astronomers have shown interest in investigating the claims of the Black Knight satellite in order to locate and follow this enigmatic oddity. Nevertheless, this has resulted in the emergence of numerous additional hypotheses, further complicating the potential existence of the Black Knight satellite. They would discover, among other findings, that the satellite seemingly materialized in one location before vanishing entirely once more. It would then materialize in a location that is entirely distinct from the anticipated trajectory. Some may argue that there could potentially exist multiple satellites. In addition, they appeared to have the ability to become unresponsive at any given time. This may explain why there has been a perceived difficulty in tracking the observed surveillance vehicle. Exacerbating this issue was the fact that these occurrences were obviously arbitrary, lacking any discernible pattern or consistency. Interestingly, in 1963, Gordon Cooper, a distinguished NASA astronaut who championed the public release of UFO-related files until his passing, encountered what he believed to be the Black Knight satellite. Cooper's account holds significant credibility within the realm of UFO sightings, firmly establishing him as a reputable witness whose testimonies are characterized by their grounded nature. His sighting of the Black Knight satellite adds another layer of intrigue to his already illustrious career, marking a pivotal moment in the intricate tapestry of extraterrestrial encounters. The Black Knight satellite has spurred numerous theories regarding its origins and purpose, with a plethora of speculations surrounding this mysterious entity. While various photographs purportedly capture glimpses of this mysterious craft, the primary evidence often revolves around the detection of signals and intricate calculations involving objects within Earth's orbital realm. This strange satellite has long intrigued researchers and enthusiasts alike, prompting a deep dive into its potential significance and implications. Exploration of the Black Knight satellite encompasses a wide array of perspectives, delving into the realms of astronomy, technology, and extraterrestrial phenomena. In the publication dated May 14, 1954, by the San Francisco Examiner, an article was featured detailing the detection of two satellites circling the Earth. This groundbreaking revelation predates the presence of any identified human-created objects in space by several years. The report sparked immense interest and speculation among scientists, researchers, and the general public at the time. Throughout the 1930s and 1940s, there were numerous scattered and diverse accounts documenting unusual celestial phenomena in orbit around the Earth. Curiously, upon the successful launch of the Russian Sputnik satellites in 1957, reports consistently emerged of a mysterious object closely following and tracking their movements, leading to speculation and intrigue within the scientific community and the public sphere alike. These sightings fueled discussions and debates on the nature of these mysterious entities and their potential implications for space exploration. The mysterious Black Knight satellite is said to orbit the Earth in a manner that takes it over both poles during each orbit. Surprisingly, this satellite, which has sparked curiosity and speculation, is now a far cry from its origins as we utilize similar technology to conduct detailed mapping of our planet. Since that time, numerous sightings have occurred. Nevertheless, a particular communication, intercepted by a radio operator at random, appeared to provide in-depth insights into the strange spacecraft circling around our world. Throughout the years, various reports and accounts have emerged regarding this object's presence in our skies. John Keel delved into an intriguing assertion involving the mysterious Black Knight satellite, a subject that has piqued the curiosity of many. The task is to significantly expand and enrich the given text about a reported message received by a ham radio operator, Duncan Loonan. In a revelation by Loonan, a deciphered signal surfaced, suggesting a breakthrough in decoding efforts. This signal was purportedly linked to the Black Knight satellite. Adding further intrigue to the tale, Keel recounted that this anomalous spacecraft had an astonishing age of 13,000 years. The implications of such ancient origins hinted at a narrative far beyond conventional understanding. The individual mentioned that its purpose is to oversee and monitor Earth continuously, serving as a sentinel that transmits ongoing updates related to the planet's geology and topography. This piece of equipment has been designated to observe and transmit detailed information about Earth's geological composition and land features. This message reads as follows. Our home is Upsilon Bootis, which is a double star. We live on the 6th planet of 7, coming from the Sun, which is the larger of the two. Our 6th planet has 1 moon. Our 4th planet has 3. Our 1st and 3rd planets each have 1. Our probe is in the position of Arcturus, known in our maps. Many believe that NASA's actions indicate an effort to keep the public uninformed about advanced encounters. This perspective suggests that there is a deliberate attempt to control the narrative and prevent potential panic or disruption that might arise from the revelation of alien surveillance. NASA's official stance on such interruptions is often attributed to technical issues. The technology involved in maintaining a continuous live feed from the International Space Station is complex, and interruptions are not uncommon. From NASA's perspective, these technical explanations are plausible and sufficient to address public concerns. Another possible reason for shutting down the live feed could be related to national security. The presence of unidentified objects near the International Space Station could pose a potential threat, and the dissemination of such information might be restricted to prevent adversaries from gaining strategic insights. In this context, NASA's actions could be seen as protective measures rather than attempts at concealment. Incidents like the alleged Black Knight satellite appearance and subsequent live feed shutdown highlight the importance of transparency in space exploration. Public trust in space agencies is crucial for continued support and funding of space missions. Maintaining openness about encounters and anomalies can help build credibility and foster a more informed and engaged public. Over the years, there have been several documented incidents where the space station's live feed was interrupted following the appearance of a UFO. These events are often captured by eagle-eyed viewers who monitor the live streams. One notable example occurred in July 2016, when a mysterious object appeared to enter Earth's atmosphere, and the live feed was promptly cut. Similar incidents were reported in October 2014 and January 2015, each time fueling speculation about the true nature of these unidentified objects. The interruptions are typically sudden, occurring without warning or explanation from NASA. The feeds often switch to a blank screen or a placeholder message indicating technical difficulties. These abrupt terminations have become a pattern that many UFO enthusiasts and researchers find too consistent to be mere coincidences. As mentioned, one prevalent theory is that NASA is deliberately covering up the existence of UFOs to prevent public panic or to keep advanced technology secret. Proponents of this theory argue that the repeated shutdowns of the live feed are too convenient and timely to be technical glitches. They believe that space agencies are aware of the presence of extraterrestrial craft and are withholding this information from the public. NASA has consistently attributed live feed interruptions to technical issues. Maintaining continuous live streams from the International Space Station involves complex technology, and interruptions can occur due to signal loss, equipment malfunction, or routine maintenance. NASA asserts that these technical problems are common and not part of a deliberate cover-up. From NASA's perspective, the timing of these interruptions is purely coincidental. The agency maintains that there is no concerted effort to hide information about UFOs. NASA officials have repeatedly stated that they have not encountered any evidence of extraterrestrial life or advanced extraterrestrial technology. To address public concerns and rebuild trust, NASA and other space agencies could enhance transparency regarding live feed interruptions, providing detailed explanations for each interruption and offering more information about the technical challenges of maintaining live streams could help alleviate suspicions. Regular updates and briefings on the status of the ISS and its live feeds would demonstrate a commitment to transparency. Independent investigations and third-party monitoring of the International Space Station live feeds could also contribute to greater transparency. Allowing independent researchers and organizations to verify the causes of interruptions and investigate any anomalies would lend credibility to NASA's explanations and reassure the public. Engaging the public through educational initiatives about the complexities of space technology and the nature of space phenomena could foster a better understanding of the issues involved. On numerous occasions, viewers have reported seeing strange laser beams of light outside the International Space Stations via the live feed. These sightings have sparked intense speculation and intrigue, suggesting the presence of advanced extraterrestrial technology or secretive space experiments. The phenomenon of laser beams near the space station first gained widespread attention in the early 2010s, when sharp-eyed viewers noticed unusual lights in the live feed. These lights appeared as distinct, focused beams, cutting through the darkness of space. Unlike the diffuse glow of sunlight reflecting off debris, these beams were coherent and directional, suggesting an artificial origin. Over the years, multiple sightings of similar laser beams have been reported. These beams vary in color, intensity, and duration, but they all share the characteristic of appearing suddenly and disappearing just as quickly. These occurrences have been documented by both amateur space enthusiasts and professional astronomers, adding credibility to the reports. One of the most intriguing explanations for these laser beams is that they are evidence of advanced extraterrestrial technology. Proponents of this theory argue that the precision and coherence of the beams indicate a level of technological sophistication that surpasses current human capabilities. They suggest that these beams could be communication signals, navigational aids, or even part of a surveillance system used by extraterrestrial civilizations. Another plausible explanation is that the laser beams are the result of secretive military experiments. Governments around the world are known to conduct classified operations in space, including testing advanced weaponry and communication systems. The beams observed near the space station could be part of these undisclosed projects, using space as a testing ground for new technologies. This would explain the sudden appearance and disappearance of the beams, as well as the lack of official acknowledgement from space agencies. It is also possible that the laser beams are part of legitimate scientific research being conducted by the space station or other space-based platforms. Lasers are used in various space experiments, including measuring atmospheric composition, tracking satellites, and conducting communication tests. Some of these experiments might not be publicly disclosed immediately, leading to speculation when they're observed by the public. The sightings of laser beams near the International Space Station have significant implications for the search for advanced life. If these beams are indeed of extraterrestrial origin, they could provide the first concrete evidence of intelligent life beyond Earth. This would be a groundbreaking discovery, fundamentally altering our understanding of our place in the universe and prompting a re-evaluation of existing scientific paradigms. The possibility that these beams are the result of secretive military experiments raises important questions about international collaboration and security in space. The space station is a collaborative project involving multiple countries, and the use of space for undisclosed military purposes could undermine this spirit of cooperation. It highlights the need for greater transparency and regulation to ensure that space remains a domain for peaceful exploration and scientific advancement. The observation of coherent laser beams in space underscores the rapid advancements in technology. Whether these beams are of terrestrial or extraterrestrial origin, they demonstrate capabilities that could have significant applications on Earth. For instance, advances in laser technology could revolutionize communication systems, enhance remote sensing capabilities, and improve our understanding of atmospheric and environmental processes. One of the primary challenges in understanding the laser beams observed near the space station is verifying their source. The vast distances and unique environment of space make it difficult to trace the origin of these beams.